Welcome back to our Onshape tutorials. This is number 7 for holes. We'll be starting inside of the tutorial document just like the previous tutorial. We'll scroll down and find the link for our hole block. You're going to want to right click and open that in a new tab, otherwise it won't load. Once the hole block opens, you're going to need to make a copy. If you don't make a copy of it, you won't be able to edit it. So we'll make a copy and add that to our own drive. Then we'll start a sketch on the top surface and place a work point. We then want to locate that work point from this edge here to the work point. We want that distance to be 0.75, and then we'll do the same thing for the left side. So this edge of the fillet to the work point and 0.75. You want to finish that sketch and then choose the hole command. It will automatically select your work point sometimes. If not, then go ahead and select that. We're then going to just do a basic drilled hole. We don't want a Counterbore or Countersink feature. We want it to be simple. We do want it to be at a specified distance, so you want to choose the blind option. We want the diameter of the hole to be 0.5, and we want the depth of the hole to be 0.75. And then you'll see it created the hole. We'll start another sketch and add a work point just like before. And we'll dimension that the same as the previous. So 0.75 from this edge to the work point, and then 0.75 from this edge to the work point. We'll finish that sketch and drill a hole, selecting the work point. This time we want to have a counterbore hole, so we'll, instead of simple, we'll choose counterbore. We want the diameter of the counterbore to be 0.675. And we want the depth of that counterbore feature to be 0.25. We want the diameter of the bottom section to be 0.5. And then we want our overall depth to be 0.75. You'll click your green check once you confirm that all of your dimensions are correct. So the diameter of the bottom section should be 0.5, and the entire depth should be 0.75. The diameter of the counterbore should be 0.675, and then the depth of that counterbore feature should be 0.25. We're then going to create a third sketch with a work point and the same dimensions from before, 0.75 from horizontal and vertically. This time we'll be drilling a countersink hole. We want the countersink diameter to be 0.675. We want the termination depth of the entire hole to be 0.75. we want the diameter of the bottom section to be 0.5. And then we want the degree of the top to be 82 degrees standard. We'll then do one final sketch on top with a work point with the same dimensions as before. Finish the sketch and drill a hole. We're going to do another countersink with the same dimensions as the previous hole. This time we want to do a drilled hole, and we want to add threads on the inside. So in order to do that, we'll choose the tapped option, and we want to choose 1/2. And then 20 or 13 TPI. So we want the size to be 1/2 and then 13 TPI. And then in your paper instructions, you will see that we want to change the drill point from an angle to a flat, but in Onshape, we do not have that option. So we will skip that piece. And you'll see that they all have a drill point in there, and we can't really do anything about that. If you want to, you can create a work plane here and start a sketch and draw a circle and extrude it down to flatten it out. However, that's completely unnecessary. But if you wanted to do that, you'd want to put a work plane here and draw a circle and then extrude it down. However, that's completely unnecessary. Also, if you want to save time whenever you're doing this, or for future situations where you're drilling multiple holes, I will show you with a new copy. You can start the sketch and you can do all 4 work points at one time. So you can place all 4 of them. And you can align them. So I did some verticals. Like that. And then you can dimension them. So 0.75 there. And then you can do 0.75 here. And 0.75 here. And hopefully you don't have errors, but if you do, it's okay. You can go and delete some of those constraints and fix it. Like that. And so then once you get all of them placed on there, You can drill a hole for each one. So you can select one of them, add your whole information, and then you'll see that it consumes that sketch. You can turn the visibility back on, and then you can keep using them, and once you've used each of them, you can turn that visibility back off without having to create 4 individual sketches.